One demon was already dead, but no one had any idea that the real death was still about to arrive. The episode starts right after the train crash. The entire Mugen Train had derailed. Fire, smoke, and the screams of people were echoing everywhere. Tanjiro gets thrown far away into the air and crashes onto the ground. He was badly injured. Blood was continuously flowing from his body. Meanwhile, Inosuke also falls down, but he lands on the demon's flesh. Because of that, he doesn't get hurt much. He immediately runs toward Tanjiro. "Oh yeah, Tanjiro, you're alive, right?" Tanjiro says while breathing in pain. "I won't be able to move for a while. You go and save the others." But then suddenly Tanjiro remembers the train driver. In a weak voice he asks, "Is that driver okay?" Hearing this, Inosuke gets irritated. "Let him die. He was the one who stabbed you, and you still care about him?" But Tanjiro still says he's a human. We have to save him. That was the thing that made Tanjiro different from everyone else. Even after being in such terrible condition, he still wanted to save his enemies. If you were in Tanjiro's place, would you save that man too? At that moment, Inosuke goes silent, and without saying anything, he goes to help him. Meanwhile, Tanjiro starts controlling his breathing. He was trying to stop the blood flow, because if the bleeding didn't stop, he could die. But then, suddenly a small piece of Enmu's body crawls toward them. His voice was trembling. "Why can't I regenerate? Did I lose?" He looks fearfully toward the sky. "I still wanted to do so much. I couldn't even eat a single human. My entire plan was destroyed." Then angrily he says, "This all happened because of that Hashira. I had so many humans and still I couldn't do anything." So this is the power of a Hashira. Then he remembers Zenitsu, that boy in yellow clothes. He wasn't even fully awake, and still he was that fast. And then he remembers Nezuko, and that demon girl who was fighting for humans. How did Master Muzan allow that traitor to stay alive? Now Enmu was completely broken. Looking toward Tanjiro, he says, "This all happened because of you. If I had even a little more strength, I would have killed all of you." Then he starts comparing himself to the upper moons. The upper rank demons haven't lost for years. Even Hashiras can't do anything against them. And I turned out to be this weak. Slowly, his body starts turning into ashes. And in the very next moment, Enmu disappears forever. But then, suddenly the atmosphere changes. The entire area starts trembling because of a terrifying presence. At that moment, Rengoku slowly walks toward Tanjiro. He fixes Tanjiro's breathing so he won't lose more blood. Then he smiles and says, "All the passengers on the train are safe. Some are injured, but no one died." Hearing this, Tanjiro finally breathes in relief. But then, step, 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 someone was walking toward them. Tanjiro looks up, and his eyes widen in fear. A demon, whose presence felt completely different from the others. Written in his eyes was upper rank 3 Akaza. Tanjiro's body starts trembling, because for the first time, he was seeing an upper moon. And then, without any warning, Akaza attacks Tanjiro directly. But in the very next moment, slash! Rengoku cuts off his arm. Tanjiro was already shocked. But what happened next was even more terrifying. Akaza's arm instantly regenerated, as if nothing had even happened. Akaza starts smiling. Then while looking at Rengoku, he says, "You are very strong. Someone this strong shouldn't die. Become a demon." The entire atmosphere suddenly becomes silent. Akaza continues, "You're human. In a few years you'll grow old, and then you'll die. But if you become a demon, you can live for thousands of years." At that moment, Rengoku's eyes become serious. Slowly he says, growing old, dying. That is what makes humans beautiful. Don't mistake it for weakness. Hearing this, Akaza's smile disappears. In a cold voice, he says, "Then now, I'll have to kill you." And in the very next second, boom. Both of them charge at each other. Their speed was so insane that Tanjiro and Inosuke couldn't even properly see them. Only explosions were visible everywhere. Rengoku continuously uses his flame breathing. With every slash, flames rise into the sky. But the problem was, Akaza instantly healed every injury. Rengoku cuts off his arm, and it grows back again. His body felt completely immortal. Then Akaza says again, "This is the difference between humans and demons. You can still become a demon." But Rengoku angrily attacks him again. Now he was using every breathing form he had. The entire forest starts glowing because of the flames. Tanjiro was trembling while watching this fight. He had already realized this battle was the most dangerous fight so far. Then suddenly Rengoku prepares his strongest attack. Flame breathing, fifth form, Flame Tiger. A gigantic tiger made of flames rushes directly toward Akaza. The attack hits Akaza head on. Inosuke excitedly screams, "Did he do it? Did we win?" But then, from inside the smoke, Akaza stands up again. And this time, even Rengoku looked badly injured. The episode ends right there. But the real pain was still yet to come.